Hello, everybody, and happy Monday. I love doing these shows on Monday because it's a little bit of Monday morning motivation, if you ask me. For those of you on the East Coast, it's already after lunchtime. I just can't even believe. I'm hoping that they do away with this now that it's on the floor and in the hands of the president to do away with this daylight savings time and all this crap. And we'll only have one more time of this. Arizona doesn't change our clocks. We never have to sleep in extra or lose hours or gain hours. So I've been so used to it. But Donna, I can tell you there has been times where I've been traveling and got caught in a different time zone during that. And it's amazing what it does to your sleep. I mean, 1 hour or 2 hours and
Yeah,
you're turned off for like 3 days. You're trying to get yourself back to normal. So hopefully they do away with this soon. But I'm super excited to be here, everyone, this morning. And I have a wonderful guest, our member of the LEAP community, Donna Meyer with Glow Media Marketing. She is a true inspiration for many of us. And today we're going to talk about how she took the leap. How'd she do it? She reinvented herself after working for the same company for 8 years. And everyone wants to know, Donna, how'd you do it? Tell us all about it from the very beginning. Why did you make the decision? What does it mean to reinvent yourself? Let's hear all about it.
sure. It was marketing is something that has I've always done since I was a director of a holistic learning center, and then I met one person who I just started working with, and she's an international speaker, author, and I just did everything, the marketing, that I can't even begin to tell you everything I did. So I thought that that was probably going to be me forever. And then some things shifted and changed in her life and in mine. And we decided, not because of COVID, just because it happened, it was already in the process, that, it was time for us to part ways, which was kind of exciting to me because there were always a lot of things I wanted to do, but I was constrained when I'm working with just one person, you
Oh,
know.
I'm glad that you said that, because I think that's important for our listeners to hear. And I don't want to dig too deep to the point where you're uncomfortable. But can you give us a little bit of reasons of why you had decided to part ways, just in
W-
a
Well,
respectful manner?
basically, it happened more. I think I'd reached the end of my rope there, not rope, but at what I could offer, and
Okay, so
yeah,
you had reached the point where you felt like the growth and where you wanted to go and everything that you could offer that was it. And
right.
so were they looking for somebody else to offer more, or were you looking to grow exponentially beyond that and you felt like that was holding you back?
Well, it's a lot of it was because there was another person that
Mm,
she wanted to work with, and it happened to be a family member. So it just sort of, we didn't have a meeting of the minds,
yeah.
and then I just always had, for I can't say for the year or two before that that I didn't start to feel a little anxious, I guess, that I there was so much I wanted to do
Mhm.
that, like I said, you're constrained when you're just working with one person. And so
Yeah.
I wanted to be able to kind of dump my brain out to everybody else, to other people, so that I could help them achieve their goals.
Ooh, I love that. How many of you have felt that where you're at isn't fulfilling you to the level at which you feel that you can make a greater impact? And I felt that way, Donna, and I'm sure many of our listeners or that are watching this today have felt that way, and that's why they made a change, either in a different position or a different company or starting their own company. So, when you got to that point, what did you do?
Well, we just, at first it was like, oh, okay, this is great. And then all of a sudden the fear set in. Okay, this isn't so great. This is a loss of a consistent income.
The
This is
security.
what didn't I know? I
Yeah,
come from a place where you don't know what you don't know, and I didn't know what I didn't know. And so it was a matter of really digging deep
yeah.
into what I wanted to do and how I wanted to impact others with it.
Gosh, that's such a good lesson for all of us to learn because you said, I don't know what I didn't know. And then, I read in the book, The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, where he talks all about, it at the point that you're at today. It's not that you can't do something, it's just you don't know, right? But then you don't know until you know. And then I always say, and then when you know, what do you do with it, right?
Right.
So, such a great, gosh, you're teaching us so many lessons today about you were digging deep to really figure out what was going to fulfill you by and this is what I want everybody to hear what you're saying today. What fulfills you is putting you in your best self, the greatest potential, filling your cup for you to pour out exponentially to everybody else. So many people do it the opposite way around. They think of what is best for everybody else, and then I'm just going to kind of wiggle in and figure out how to be that person. That's the wrong way to do it.
Right.
That's, creating a job or, creating a very long path of unhappiness. By creating this path, you wanted to figure out how you were going to serve people the best way possible based on what lit you up. And what did that process look like, Donna?
It looked like a lot of training, a lot of
It got a lot of education.
it
Sometimes you have
just
to go back and get another
yeah.
certificate or go back to school or go, work with someone for months and months to learn what you don't know.
Yeah, and it was resharpening my skills. I was
Mm,
fortunate enough to, I guess, 20 years ago, got a certification as a business coach.
I
And
love that.
though I didn't use it, I was more doing marketing and website development and things, more on the technical side. But when I started to combine them all, I went back and got sharpened on my skills as a business coach. I did a lot of other kinds of training that people offered. I just dug in deep and really deep dove into what I could learn to add to my skill set. And I guess that's and what I'm finding, what I found was I'm in a unique position because I'm technically savvy to really help my clients.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know if that exists with everyone in the marketing sector, to have that high level of technology. So talk a little bit about how do you serve your customers today?
Well, I work with my customers or my clients to find out, where they are. And they're at point A, they want to be at point B, and there's a gap. And that
Mhm.
gap is marketing. And even though people like, I don't like marketing because they think it equals sales, which
Mm.
isn't necessarily true. But yet they market every day. Every time you post on Facebook, every time you post on LinkedIn, you're marketing something. You're either marketing your business, your services, or you're marketing yourself. But
Mm.
we market all day long.
Yes, we're selling and enrolling every time we open our mouths. I was saying something to someone the other day, and I said, "You enroll your dog to go to the bathroom outside. You enroll your children to come sit at the dining room table, right? You enroll a toddler to eat their dinner. I'm
Yeah.
enrolling my grandkids every second.
Yeah.
So if every time we open our mouths we're enrolling, then what really is the secret sauce to marketing? What is that for, in your world? And I love that you said, I find out where they are, because where they are is not who they are. It's just where they are.
Right.
And then you say, where would you like to be? What are your goals? Right. So it might be a financial goal. It might be a customer acquisition goal. It might be an awareness goal. It might be, follower, well, whatever their goal is. Then you personally, right, put a plan together
Right.
to close that gap for them. And that could be, gosh, those could be several different types of applications that you do that with, right?
Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
and the one thing that I know for sure is not all marketing works for every business or every person. So you really have to dig deep into finding out what's going to work.
Yeah.
Some people's businesses are do well on Facebook and other people's don't. So why
Yeah.
put any energy into what don't knock yourself out putting energy into marketing on a platform where where your buds aren't hanging out, where your peeps aren't hanging out, where you're not going to get any clients. Don't have to be on every platform. You have to be where your people are.
Oh, I'm glad you said that. And I'm writing a little comment right now that says, know how to market your niche, not do what everyone else does just because you
Right.
think that's the way it's supposed to be. And let me tell you, I can't tell you how many of my clients will say, yeah, but everyone tells me I'm supposed to post on Instagram 5 days a week. Well, I'll share with you a secret. My husband has a photography drone business. He does not post on Instagram ever.
Yeah.
He certainly doesn't do it
Yeah.
5 days a week. And
Yeah.
his number one marketing is Google Ads.
Yeah.
Number one,
Yeah.
because all of his calls and his awareness is on people looking up and searching Google to find drone videos,
Right.
and because they're looking for that type of service. And so what you're saying is so crucial, Donna. You're so freaking smart, and you're like spot on with this. We need to design our marketing efforts that fit our industry, that fit who we are, our
Right.
brand, right? On who we are, and our marketing niche. Because would it make sense for someone to market nationally or worldwide if they're a real estate agent and they're licensed in California?
Right. Exactly.
No.
No.
But there's so many opportunities for that individual to market locally that maybe wouldn't fit for someone in another state, right? Or that is looking to do a national platform like myself. Yeah, so many great things that you're talking, and your phone's already ringing off the hook, Donna. Look at that. Your phone's already
Actually,
ringing.
and my husband shares my office and it's his phone ringing. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, that's the other thing. When your phone rings, answer it. That's
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
marketing right there.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
I'm glad that you said that, Donna. And you had to take the leap from the security. Let's go nail that in real quick. The security that you had of a job that paid you a salary. You knew it wasn't fulfilling you. You knew you had a greater calling. You knew you could serve customers differently if you were to break out of where you were and go to a different position. What do you do now? Do you hold a position in a company? Are you an entrepreneur? Do you own Glow Media Marketing? Talk to our customers or our
Yeah, I
listeners
do.
about
I
that.
was very fortunate that I actually held on to Glow Media Marketing, the URL
Yeah,
and that presence because I had it 20 years ago and I
got
just
it.
reinvented it. But then I didn't know what I was reinventing because I didn't know quite sure where I wanted to go, what I wanted to do. And that took a lot of deep dive,
And that's
and
okay.
and
I
it's
want
almost
everyone
it
to know that.
almost felt a little bit like, remember when you were little, you would try on being a fireman and you
Yeah,
would, I think I might like to be a nurse
yeah.
and so that's the same process.
Well, I did that in college, actually, Donna, for all of those watching right now. I dove in and started going to community college straight out of high school because I wanted to be a nurse. And then I figured out everything that I would have to go through and that they would be poking me with a bunch of needles. Anyone that knows me knows I do not do needles. That's not a thing for me. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Maybe this isn't the route that I need to go. And so I had switched very early on. We need to listen to inside what's pulling us, what's calling us. There is a reason why Glow Media was available for you still. After all those years, it was
Right.
meant to be for you to restart that company, for you to become your own entrepreneur, and for you to step in to what your potential was to have the greatest impact possible. I want everybody to hear that. We need to dig, like you said, what was the process that you went through in that? Did you that's not an easy process
No,
at
it's
all.
not. It's a lot of reading.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time on webinars and YouTube and, trying things on. And I knew
Yeah.
basically what I wanted to do. I've always wanted to help people. And I always wanted to make an impact. And I have done that through, I used to be the director of a holistic learning center, and I had the privilege of hosting people like Deepak Chopra and Marianne Williamson. So I knew events was in my future. big events. I was wanted to go back to that. But I wanted to make the biggest impact is to help people make money so that they can make an impact with their message.
Mm. I love that. So everyone listening, that's what Donna does. She is out there to help individuals like you that has a business really be able to make the greatest impact. And isn't that why we're all doing what we're doing? And I just want to share with everyone one more time. You cannot make the greatest impact if you're not generating revenue for you to be able to continue making the greatest impact.
Right.
It costs money to run a business, no
That's right.
matter what it is that you're doing. This microphone costs me money. This computer that I'm streaming on right now costs me money. This application that I'm streaming through costs me money. We need to generate funds to be able to make the greatest impact. And the more funds that you have, the easier life becomes, right? For you to
Right.
really truly lean into who you were meant to be and change others' lives. So
Exactly.
crucial. Donna, you have been like, this has just been like straight from a fire hose this morning on how you need to market yourself and what it takes to take the leap for you to dig in to truly what it is that you were meant to do. And leaving that security, it's okay. Taking a leap means you are leaving that security. But I promise you, you will land on your 2 feet because you're meant to.
Right.
If you're pulled
Exactly.
to take the leap, you'll land on your 2 feet. It's not always easy, but we learn through the rough times, the uncomfortableness. That's where we grow.
Yeah. I think there was a video from Steve Harvey. It's still, people want to look it up, but it's like, just jump. And basically, the parachute doesn't always open up right away, but just jump. You just got to go.
The
And
growth is in the
yeah,
free fall.
right.
It really is. Even jumping out of a plane at 10,000 or 13,000 feet when you're skydiving, I'm telling you, the scarcity for me was in that free fall. But once the parachute opened, it was silent, quiet,
Right.
surreal, beautiful. But I had anxiety in the free fall.
Right.
And that's where the magic happens,
Yep.
Donna. That's where the
Yep.
magic happens. So, in Donna's words, jump. Just do it. I mean,
Just jump.
seriously, she did
Yeah.
it. I did it. We are here to share with you that you can do it too. And I have Donna's information in the chat. But Donna, will you share a little bit more information on how people can find you? Is it at glowmediamarketing.com? Is that how people find
Yes.
you?
At
Okay.
glowmediamarketing.com. There's also, you could sign up and get my free book, Simple Strategies, Marketing Strategies, which don't cost any money. They're simple strategies, but do go up there, do download it. It's a great book. You have my phone number, which it all ran together. Sorry. And definitely look me up on LinkedIn. I've been doing a lot of LinkedIn research and reach and outreach for my
Nice.
clients, and it's working beautifully. So if
Ooh,
you're
yeah.
interested in something like that and your market's on LinkedIn, you definitely want to reach out to me on LinkedIn,
I
where I
love
can
that.
set up a time to chat and tell you all about it.
I love that. And you're right. There are, and I'm going to just put that in the chat real quick for them to reach out to you about LinkedIn assistance, because not everyone knows how to do the research. Not everyone knows how to do the reach outs and then the follow up and the follow throughs. So crucial.
Yeah.
And, there's generations on LinkedIn. So whenever you put a post, and someone comments, it goes to show that to all of their
Right.
followers as well. So your outreach on LinkedIn can be so huge if you do it correctly. So take the advice of Donna, reach out to her. I have all of her information in the chat. Donna, you've been a phenomenal guest.
Oh, well, thank you.
Phenomenal guest. This what you do and the experience and years behind you for media and for marketing is just it's just amazing. So thank you for being here with us today. Thank you for sharing, your fears and your struggles and your successes and where you are today. And I highly recommend all of you look to reaching out to Donna to be able to learn more about her and see how she can assist you to get from where you are today to where you want to be.
Right.
because she'll close that gap for you. Thank you, Donna, for being with
Thank
us.
you.
Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful week and make it great. Don't forget, be you and be strong. We'll see you again next
Thank
week.
you,
Bye.
Colleen. Thank you. Bye.